Yes, people, what's happening? I'm back again. I thought I'd do a little video just on, 5 travel tips if you're going to be solo traveling. So obviously I've done a bit of solo traveling myself. I've been to like Berlin, Thailand, just come back from Australia not long ago. But yeah, so I just thought I'd write down a few things that have helped me out when I was away. So we'll start off nice and simple. First thing that I'd recommend that everyone does is do your research. So obviously research local bars, where you want to eat, where you're going to stay, a bit about the actual place that you're visiting, so the culture and what's there to do there. Because a lot of the time these places that you'll visit, they'll end up being, tours you can go on or, activities that you can do, and it's all about bargain hunting. So having a look around and seeing what's the cheapest thing you can book. So yeah, make sure you do your research. Moving on to number 2, the second thing I would recommend is to make sure you book a hostel. So I can't stress the importance of hostels. So I know a lot of people out there, they like to live, lavish and have a nice fucking cozy bed and a nice bouncy mattress and that. But for me, if you're traveling on your own, then booking a hostel is like essential. Because at the end of the day, you meet so many people. You have so much more fun in a hostel. And I've met some of my close people I know, some of my close mates that I've met through travelling have been through hostels. So just staying in hostels and, meeting people and just being social. And it can be quite a daunting thing for a few people. So it can be quite, it can be quite a scary experience putting yourself out there in like an 8-dorm or a 12-dorm mixed hostel room. But everyone's in the same boat. So everyone's there near enough on their own or with a friend. And they're all there for one reason, just to fucking socialise and meet new people and have a good time. So yeah, that's my tip number 2. So that would definitely be book a hostel. Moving on to number 3 then, we've got pack light. So if you're going to be travelling, whether it be a little cheap trip to Europe or, an overseas trip to like Asia or anywhere like that, I'd recommend packing light. So don't pack a suitcase. I've made this mistake before where I packed the backpack and I've also packed the suitcase as well. Unless you're going to be staying in one place and you've got an apartment or someone to stay with, somewhere where you can leave the suitcase, that's fine. But if you're going to be jumping from like place to place and going from like one island to another or hopping about different places in in wherever you're visiting, you want to make sure you're not going to be taking a suitcase with you, because you're going to be dragging that fucker everywhere with you. So yeah, that's tip number 3, would be pack light. So backpack, backpack or rucksack, that's all you need. Some of these backpacks now, they actually have like little attachable wheels on them, so you can always put them on the floor and just tow them along. So yeah, moving on to number 4, get a overseas credit card. Be careful when you look into these, because there's a lot of cards that people recommended me to get. A few of them to name were Monza, Starling. They're the 2 main ones that kept coming up. I went with a Starling account, and it's wicked. So you can have free ATM cash withdrawals, free bank transfers. There's no interest in anything, so you can go to the cash point, take out, let's say like $100 or whatever, take it out from the cash point and you don't get charged on that, which is really good. A lot of these accounts, they charge per transaction. So just remember that if you're going to take out some money, it's better to take out a large sum of money than do like, 20 or £50 here and there. So yeah, tip number 4 is make sure that you get a, a credit card that you can use overseas. So yeah, my advice for that is Starling. I'll put a link down below to the Starling account as well. So yeah, jump on that. Final tip number 5, is probably get a SIM card. So as soon as you get to your destination where you're going, this is more so if you're going to go outside of Europe. So if you're going to go to like, Australia, Thailand, Bali, all these exotic places, is get a SIM card. As soon as you get to the airport, you'll see them everywhere. People are selling these SIM cards, trying to flog them off to you. Get them. Normally they're quite cheap, and they're just pre-packed and prepaid SIM cards. So you pay like $30 and you get so much data, so much minutes, and so many texts for a month. And then once that has run out that month, you can just ring up the provider and top up another $30 or whatever, £40, whatever you want to put on there. So yeah, that's the 5th tip. Would be to make sure you get yourself a SIM card set up, because otherwise, data roaming charges and calling people back home and, you know, messaging people is going to cost you an absolute fortune. So yeah, short and sweet video, guys, straight to the point. They're just my top 5 tips. Obviously, there's a lot of tips out there, but for me, the key things I'd always say is book a hostel. Like, if you're going travelling on your own and you're quite nervous or you find it hard to meet people, don't put yourself in a hotel. Because who are you going to meet in a hotel? It's just you in a room on your own. In a hostel, you've got shared living spaces, you've got shared bedrooms, everything's like, you're always with people and you're always going to meet people. And most of the time, you'll just find people who come up to you and they'll just get talking to you about whatever, and the next minute you'd be fucking, you know, skydiving with a fucking stranger or whatever. Yeah, also to add on to that, I'd also jump on like a few dating apps, man. Like for me, when I go abroad and that, like Tinder and like Hinge, I've had some like good experiences on them. So yeah, because that's a good way to meet people as well. So you can always jump on a few dating apps, you can give them a go. And yeah, so apart from that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a little like, give us a sub as well if you're watching it. If you're new to the channel, give us a little cheeky subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming out soon. So, peace, people.